It was really just kind of awe. I think everybody was in shock. I just remember walking across the parking lot, and there's just pieces of signs and debris and things from the building, from the football field, from the welcome sign going down to that side of campus, just things everywhere. And then seeing the back side of this building and the wall that was gone, it's hard to even, it doesn't even really seem real at that point.
I saw Facebook, I saw that whole wall on the other side of the high school down, and I was like, we're probably not going to be going back tomorrow, so it was just surreal.
Well, we all wanted to do something. You know, it's like we were just kept staring at our phones. Surely they're going to email us or let us know what we need to do. And honestly, there was nothing we could do except be patient and wait.
The first questions that really popped up was, what next? You know, where do we even start with something like this? First thing was, how can we do our check-ins with our students and their families? So we ran that through our advisory classes, you know, having teachers reach out, hey, what do you need? And then we had faculty members who had lost their entire homes, or at least use of their home and that kind of thing. So kind of getting all that organized right out of the gate with those immediate needs was the first step. And then we started thinking about instruction. You know, it's March, we still have a big chunk of school year left. What does that look like? Nobody wanted to go back to AMI and working from Chromebooks at home. We kind of made the decision pretty quickly that we wanted to be in person, that we needed to get the kids back in. They needed some sense of normalcy in an otherwise very out of the norm time. The rest of our administrative team and our other buildings and teachers very graciously gave up their spaces. You know, we had teachers in the elementary gave up their entire classrooms and started sharing rooms. The Career Center, we had our FACS classes and our ISS and Old School in the Career Center. Middle school had multiple classes moved into there. Our foreign language was in there. Health, some of our special education classes were in there. All of our central office folks moved out and gave up the old senior high, and we had 2 entire departments and a nurse's office and everything in there.
My classes, every hour on the hour, I was in a different building. So it took a little bit of getting used to, definitely.
I think for the most part, as a district, we really came together in solidarity in terms of like, look, this is not ideal for any of us. But you know, we're here. And I think so many of us were grateful to not have finished online, because we know that's not the most effective way to finish the year.
Yeah, we were all in it together, and we had a sense of community, I think, within the school and within our student body.
As much as we appreciated and needed to have those temporary spaces in the other buildings, it's also apparent that that's not best for their students and staff, and it's not best for our students and staff. We needed to be more concentrated in one area. I have to tip my hat to the folks at Brockmiller and with Flex TC. What they're able to accomplish in a month and a half is just absolutely astounding.
It's very tough. Anybody who's ever done a construction project, right? Everyone has their own deadlines and their own goals for the day, and then you're coming and interrupting them. Incredibly positive people, can-do attitude. There were some changes, modifications that we had to make, and they were like, yeah, how do we do that, and working with us. it felt like if you were having someone over for dinner and you didn't know how many people were actually coming, and you couldn't go to the store to get any food, so you just had to make do with what you had in your refrigerator. That's kind of how this felt. So we went in our fridge, we went in the back rooms, and we found equipment that we had there, and we repurposed it, and we got everything running. You know, teachers were teaching, kids were learning on day one.
It was tight. We were all hustling to get things done, and you know, we had a lot of great community help. Students came in that Friday and really helped us move things. We had board members show up to help us move things, community members.
So that extra push has put us in a position to have the most normal start of the school year we could have asked for.
I think that the staff has done so much with their new spaces to really try to adjust and make it a good learning environment for us. And I think once I'm in there, especially with my classmates, it does start to feel just like a normal school day again for me.
It definitely feels like school. It's just like last year. It's just a different adjustment this year, going into the temporary classrooms and use the old senior high. Definitely a shorter walk, that's for sure. But yeah, the teachers have made it feel like home in there.
When I've lived in this community since 2006, and we've had multiple tornadoes and emergency events, and seeing how businesses, neighbors, community members, families, and my staff have just time and time again turned up to help out and give more. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I think Perry County has a great community. When help is needed, everyone's gonna come in, donate, help out, give everything they need to help one another, and I think that's what's so good about Perry County.